Well, hello there, kids. Welcome to Inside the Drag Closet, the interactive vodcast where we talk about all things drag and some things that aren't. Who knows? We're really just here to have a good time. We have an amazing episode planned for you this evening. We have SMOKEY DOC joining us from the Chicago area, as well as the incredibly handsome DARYL B PAYNE. Full disclosure, I didn't get the name until I said it out loud, and then I was kicking myself because I didn't get the name. Anyway, we also have my incredible co-host, Amethyst. I don't know what's going on. It's been a weird day. Amethyst Diamond is joining us this evening. And we have a big announcement that we will be making at about the halfway mark of the show. But I'm talking about other stuff. I'm talking about a lot of stuff. Let's talk about me for a moment with a little bit of who, what, and where. Who am I? My name is Jade DeVere. I'm a drag artist based out of Central Pennsylvania. I love the art of drag. I've been performing for approximately 437 years. I absolutely love it. What am I wearing? Well, I'm wearing a brand new outfit from a very upscale boutique called Fashion Nova. That's right. I'm wearing some Fashion Nova tonight. My jewelry this evening is actually from B Elemental. I wanted an amethyst themed jewelry set, so I got one. Amethyst, of course, being the birthstone for February, which my birthday is next week. So I will be turning a new age. So I wanted to get something amethyst themed. This ring, however, I don't know who this is by. A friend of mine gave it to me, and I don't know who made it. So mystery jewelry is always fun. My makeup tonight, I'm using some Wet n Wild concealer. My eyes are Juvia's Place this evening. My lips, I wanted to get some new colors from the lip bar, so I mixed a whole bunch of lip bar together. My blush is Juvia's Place as well. My hair is Thirsty as Hell. And that's about it for me. Last but not least, where can you find me? You can find me every Wednesday right here on Inside the Drag Closet at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook and YouTube. But that is enough about me. Let's talk about some of you. I see Derek is out there, my lovely husband. Hello, darling. I am excited for your surprise this evening. I don't know what it is, and I'm horrified. Casey is watching. Hello, hello, hello. Can't wait for an amazing show with my favorite people, looking gorgeous as always. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. I'm bummed I didn't get to see you this past week. My gig down in Salisbury did unfortunately cancel, but the weather was really bad, so I am grateful it canceled. Don't worry, I'll be back down there at some point. Sharonda is here. Hello, Sharonda. Good to see you. Hello, hello. Sounding like you Miss Anastasia there. I love that. Marcy and Carrie. Hi, ladies. Jade, you look amazing. Oh, stop it. You always look amazing. Ooh, a new name, Philomena Pravette. Hello, everyone. Hello, darling. How are you? That is a fabulous name. Corinne Albright, girl, it's level up, not new age. Level 26 sounds better than 26. Ooh, I like that. Like, do you get a new skill set when you hit level 43? Never mind, moving on. Estee Lauderdale, look at this queen. I know. I feel pretty tonight. I don't often say that. I don't usually go for pretty, but I really feel pretty tonight, and I'm kind of happy about that. Chanel, one of our Patreons. Jade, you are so gorgeous. Oh, stop it. I am not. It's just a lot of makeup. Philomena, again, thank you. You look beautiful. Oh, thank you so much. I really try. I'm really feeling this look tonight. Speaking of beautiful, let's bring in my beautiful co-host for the evening. You all know her and love her. She is the queen of dish. Put your hands together for Amethyst Diamond.
Oh, yes. I'll give you a moment to admire. Take your time. Hi, kids. What's up, sis? How you feeling?
I'm good. How are you, girl?
I'm good, honey. Blessed, booked, tightly favored, and a little psychotic at the moment, but you know. That's drag, kids. That's drag.
That is drag.
That is drag.
It's not drag unless you're a little bit crazy about it.
You know, you have to be a little bit kind of to do this.
It's so true.
You
Girl, give
do.
us a little who, what, where.
Absolutely. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Drag Closet. Happy February as well. February is my favorite month because amethyst is the birthstone. If you ever wondered where I got my drag name from, that is exactly why. So I'm Amethyst Diamond. I've been doing this here gig for a couple decades. It's been a lot of fun. It's now my full time job as well, which I love as of last June. What am I wearing tonight? So my hair is from the lovely and talented multinational title holder, Sunny Delight. This is the Disco Down in the Beyonce blend. If you wanted to know, call her. She's wonderful. My makeup tonight is by MAC, Morphe, and painted by Moi. What am I wearing? This is a frock from the lovely and talented Latoya Perry. She made several of the garments in my closet. I love her to death. She is one of the best seamstresses around. So call Latoya Perry for a nice frock. Let's see, the titties. These came from Ilya's closet. And of course, last but never least, the jewelry is, as always, from the one and only Rocks by Cox. Where can you find me? You can find me here on the first and fourth Wednesday of every month on Inside the Drag Closet at 8:30 live. You can find me on Facebook under Amethyst Diamond, and you can find me on Instagram under Amethyst_Diamond1.
I'm sorry, did you say
I did. Wonder how that's going to come up in the captions, like the closed caption.
Right? Just insert no inaudible sound. ...
question mark emoji.
Oh, the comment section is blowing up. I'm going to need at least 4 minutes to take all of this in.
Take your time, baby. We're here for a couple hours.
Right? We got plenty of time. Chanel drooling. Oh my God. The blue on you is stunning, Amethyst.
Stop. Thank you.
You do pull off blue very well, girl.
That's what, like, we were talking about numerology and stuff earlier before the show. And that was one of the things that they were teaching, like a part of your astrology and numerology, is like a color that is based off of you, maybe your aura, and mine was blue. So even though obviously purple is my favorite, I was going to wear purple tonight because it's February, but I was like, Amethyst, you're being extra. Okay, so.
So I wore all the amethyst tonight. Go figure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I got you.
Thanks, dude.
Ironically, the color that my numerology leads to is orange.
Shocker.
Right? And orange makes me happy. It brings me joy. So I'm like, yeah, that's valid.
Yeah, it reminds you of the sun and light and warmth.
Exactly. And I'm not familiar with any of those things anymore because 6 more weeks.
I haven't seen the sun in weeks.
Yeah, it's true. I saw the sun because I was driving from point A to point B one time and the sun was still out.
What was it like?
I remember driving. Okay, that's going to take too long. Let's move on.
Go with it, honey. Go with it. We have time.
Well, do you want to get started with our first guest?
Yeah, let's do this. This is going to be fun.
I am super excited. I just found out that both of our guests, this is their first interview. So I am very excited for this. Our first guest, I found them on TikTok and I was like, you, I gravitate to you. I feel a good energy from you. Feel a good energy on TikTok. I don't really know how that works out, but it works. Their content makes you go, oh, I like you.
That part right there.
Exactly. Well, kids, let's welcome to Inside the Drag Closet, the incredible SMOKey DOC.
What's up?
Hey.
Hey.
Lord,
I love it.
I don't know what's up with the audio, but y'all sound like some demons up in here.
No, that's how we sound.
That's us.
That's accurate.
Oh my God. But I'm so excited to be here. Hi, everyone.
Fantastic. SMOKey, why don't you give us a little who, what, where about you?
Oh Lord, this audio is killing me. But hey y'all, I'm SMOKey. I'm gonna just go by this prompt. So I'm your homegirl SMOKey. I'm from Chicago, but I am currently in university right now. I'm the graduating senior, so that's exciting. What am I wearing? I'm wearing thrift store couture. I mean, most of the stuff on me has come from the thrift store. I'm a thrift store person, and I'm believing in saving that buck. And where y'all can find me, I'm very much so on TikTok. Y'all can find me on TikTok at Smokey_Doc, or you can find me on IG, SmokeyDoc.tm. But if you can't find me there, I'm probably on a date with your daddy. So.
Oh, wow. You must know my daughter, Anastasia. Uh-huh. She always
I don't
on a
know
date
what
with
you said,
somebody's
but it was
daddy or
funny.
grandpa. Always. I can. We'll be seeing her later.
Anastasia is always with somebody's daddy, just trying to figure out what is going on and what is up. So, Smokey, how did you come up with your drag name? We talked about it earlier, but I want everybody to hear this story.
It's good.
Oh Lord, I don't know if y'all can hear me, but it went mute.
Do you need a second to figure out your audio?
I can't
I'm going to type it to you.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine.
No worries. No worries. We've been pretty lucky lately to not have too many technical difficulties because usually they were me.
Yeah,
So,
we were noticing that earlier.
Yeah.
Because we can figure this out. It's not the end of the world.
Nope. Nope. Jade, you're doing a fabulous job, by the way.
Oh, stop. I have a neat job. I just hope they can see this.
You have several neat jobs.
Alrighty. I am going to add in a few.
Should I ask you to tell jokes? I'll bring out our next contestant.
I told Smokey to log out and log back in. We're going to give that a try. Their TikToks have been so fun, and I started following their Instagram as well, and just they're 22 years old and so fashion forward and so intelligent. It's incredible.
There's a lot of young talent out there, and as much as I despise TikTok, I have to say the people that are on TikTok, the young artists, the kids, the teenagers of all subcultures, TikTok's actually been a really good thing for them, to get them out there and get what they're about and their personal information out there. So I guess I can award TikTok a little bit for that. Maybe. Do you agree with that?
So many people, I was one of them. I hated TikTok. I didn't get it. I was like, I don't understand. As Fancy Dismount says, it's drag boot camp. It teaches you to lip sync for a couple seconds at a time. And then I fell in love with it.
Now you're stuck.
I don't know who's logged into the Inside the Drag Closet Facebook group right now, but Inside the Drag Closet Interactive Vodcast says, shout out to the Domino's bag behind Amethyst. Didn't realize we finally got a sponsor.
You owe me money. Okay? That's been there for months. I would guess, who would that be?
It's got to be Anastasia.
Well, that's true.
You know it's her.
It probably is. You're right.
Who do we have logging in tonight? Grandma Phyllis. Oh my OMG, how beautiful everyone is tonight. Hi Jade, it's Grandma Phyllis. Hey darling, how are you?
You're beautiful, love.
Peyton is watching this evening. Hello, Peyton. Hi, Amethyst. I miss you.
I miss you too. When am I going to see you? I'm everywhere. Where are you? You know what I mean? Like, you don't call, you don't write, nothing. I miss you too, babe.
So everybody is excited to get Smokey back. So we are going to bring them back in. Let's see if we got this audio worked out. How you doing?
Hello. Oh my God. I do not know what was happening, but y'all kept coming in like, I was like, oh Lord.
That's my stomach because I forgot to eat.
Yeah.
Girl, tame your stomach.
So Smokey, tell us the story of how you got your drag name.
Oh Lord. So the story of how I got my drag name. So I'm an avid smoker, I like to partake in that good kush. So one night I was watching this old TV show, Mad TV, and there was this Whitney Houston impersonator, and she was just singing this song about smoking on the dock of a bay, and I was like, I'm gonna take that part. I'm gonna take that Smokey. Then my high ass switched over to Looney Tunes, and I was watching Bugs Bunny, and he's always like, "What's up, Doc?" And I was like, you know what, Smokey Doc. I'm a male with it.
Why not? Why not? Two very good references for your name, because I loved Mad TV. I thought that show was funnier than SNL or any of the other comedy shows on at the time. And then Looney Tunes. Who doesn't love cartoons? So,
girl, who don't love cartoons? It's rabbit season,
right? And Deborah Wilson, who does the Whitney Houston impersonation, she has become one of the most prolific voice actors ever at this point.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, she voiced a character for a recent Star Wars game. I know she was Storm in one of the X-Men series.
Oh, I know which, the 90s. It was the 90s one.
Was she the one for the 90s one? I don't remember.
No,
but yeah, Deborah Wilson can do no wrong. Like, I follow her on TikTok, and it's so funny because like her neighbor will chase her down and be like, Deborah Wilson, and she's always trying to hide from him. It's so TikTok is everything.
Her Whitney impersonation though is just that much crazy that it needs to be to actually be successful.
It's on site, I swear.
Like, I love it.
So Amethyst, do you have any questions for Smokey?
Smokey, if someone were to describe your drag in one word, what would that word be?
Aesthetic.
Bitch, winner of One Stage Question goes to you. It's the aesthetic. Okay. I love that.
I love the fact that you're very upfront about thrift store drag, because so many people look down on it, and there's nothing to look down on. Like, thrift store drag is everything.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, when I first started getting my drag start down here and like at university, especially in the midst of the pandemic, I was just reserving to drag a lot to like, what do I do? How do I get this stuff? And it was a lot of online things. And, you know, people online, they have these amazing costumes and this wonderful budget. And a lot of their audience that's looking at that, they don't. And that was the impression I had about a year and a half ago, that I need to have all of these big drag and jewels, and like I need to have that budget. But I started looking at, you know, other people in the community, and I started pulling from like my female friends, and I was like, take me to your places to get the cool stuff. And they took me to these thrift stores, and I was like, you know, at first I was hesitant towards it, but I was like, you know, it's amazing clothes. If you learn how to style it well and make it into what you're like your own, it's gonna turn out great.
Absolutely. And honestly, that's just, if you want to do drag, be smart about it. And one of the biggest things about drag is it can take a lot of money, but it doesn't have to. Like, we often forget that drag at the end of the day is art, and art doesn't have a price tag. At least it shouldn't. You know what I mean? Your creativity will speak on its own, whether you're wearing a Louis Vuitton or a paper sack. You know, it's how you wear it. So
no, I love that. Honestly, don't go broke for it. Really don't. No. I was speaking to somebody in my acting department who's a grad student, and she told me, if you want to be a smart actor, do not go broke for acting. Don't try to go all the way out there to places where you have no reserves and you can't like build a foundation for yourself. Be smart about everything.
Right. Right.
When I was younger, being a theater arts major myself, I was just trying to go from gig to gig to gig, but I was going broke from it. And then I was just like, you know what? I need to buckle down and actually work and improve myself and better myself. And ironically, that's when I started doing drag, and I learned how to be creative and smart with the choices I made. So I appreciate that so much.
Yeah, that's really important to know how to recreate your closet and the things that you have. Just because it looks like this one day doesn't mean it can be a hat tomorrow or a boot cover or, you know, like you can recycle your drag. That's one of the best things about drag is you can turn it into other things.
Exactly.
My husband just commented a quote from Violet Chachki: "If you can elevate yourself with the taste, then I would like to have a taste."
That works. That works.
Exact episode.
Yeah,
I
I know so many girls who have gone broke trying to do drag. And I'm like, one of my dear friends, she just wanted to do everything. And I was like, girl, you don't have the money to do this. And then she went to a national competition and didn't have any money to get home. And I was just like, girl, you got to start doing something to get home. And she was like, oh, I can't. My boyfriend's here. I'm like, oh, two mouths. Okay.
Oh, you'll make twice as much. There you go.
I'm a
gonna make that buck one way or another. I'm telling you.
Exactly. Well, Smokey, we have another guest to get to, but we're going to bring you back after our break. Sound like a plan?
Yeah, sound like a plan. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you,
We'll see you in a few minutes.
See you soon.
Before the show, I made sure to tell our guests I am horrible about that segue. I am never good about being like, hi, we're going to talk to you in a few minutes. Sound like a plan? I have not figured out that flow, but I felt like that worked.
I liked it. You did a great job.
Thanks.
You're
I
doing
try.
great.
I'm trying to improve a little bit every day.
As we all should. Everybody take a clue from this woman over here. Okay. Challenge yourself daily.
Exactly.
To look that good. You know?
Just with better hair. Because this...
Yeah, just a little pony on the side, you know. That's all a girl needs.
Yeah. Like this poor wig, she has been through some stuff. Like
she's dry. She stands up on her own.
Man. Okay, moving on. Enough about my thirsty ass wig. Thirsty. It's like the damn Sahara. So our next guest.
Ma'am,
so
are you
okay? Yes, I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm all right. I've had that moment.
Can we proceed now? All right.
Our next guest, I am super excited to chat with them. The moment I heard about them, I was just like, ooh, look them up on Facebook. I was like, ooh. All right, kids, gird your loins. No matter what happens, you're going to be turned on by DARYL B. PAYNE.
Hey.
God dang. No.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you, darling?
Oh, I'm great. I'm great. Glad to be here, guys.
Look at you, handsome as hell. Uh-huh. I seen it.
I'm making you blush a little bit.
Very much.
Good.
That's good. But you know, appreciation like that from like-minded individuals is a compliment, and it's love.
Really...
It just means you're a beautiful soul. So you're welcome.
DARYL, why don't you give us a little who, what, where about you?
Who, what, where? I'm DARYL B. PAYNE. Originally from Reading, Pennsylvania. I got started in drag in New Orleans. What I'm wearing? I got this shirt in Puerto Rico. I went to Puerto Rico with my mother, and I saw it, and I was like, this is really cool. My jewelry, this is GLD, and this is from some little shop on the corner of Philly somewhere. And my facial hair, actually, I got this off Amazon. It's real human hair. My plugs, I got them at Hot Topic, and I dye my own hair. You can find me on Instagram as Desi the Boss. I have TikTok as well. I'm just getting into that, guys. So if you want to follow me on that, it's also Desi the Boss, but it's THEE instead of Desi the Boss. And that's really it.
Desi the Boss. Done.
Everybody write that down.
Doing that right now.
Yeah. And while you're doing that, all you viewers out there, if you haven't taken the time yet to share our video, why haven't you? We'll wait. That's
we'll be right here.
I'm an influencer now, but I'm real intimidating about it.
So, Amy, do you have any questions for DARYL?
DARYL, so how long did you say you've been doing drag?
Well, the first time I did drag was in like 2010. I did
Okay.
it maybe once or twice for a benefit show. But then I didn't get back into it in like 2000 to like 2014. So
Okay. Why do you do drag? What is the driving force behind your drag and your character?
um I just really like to be free and different. I really like to dance a lot. So when I moved to New Orleans, I moved to New Orleans 6 years ago for I joined the army. And when I got there, it was so full of life and culture. And I was a security guard on Bourbon Street for a place called Lucky Pierre's. And it was a drag burlesque bar. And I got there and I was enthralled by everything there. I fell in love with everything drag, from the music to the lights to the makeup, everything about it. And then my wife at the time, she called. Oh, can you hear me?
Yep, we
Yeah.
can hear you.
Can you still hear me?
Yep, you're good.
Okay.
Yep.
My wife at the time, who I'm single now, just throwing that out there. She was like,
Single.
they did drag. They do drag, and I was like, I did that like one time for this thing. No. And then but then they were like, well, we've got queens, they can help you. And then so I was like, well, okay, when you put it that way, I would love to learn.
Nice.
So yeah.
I love
Nice.
that story just because it's about all drag coming together and
Yes.
elevating each
That's-
other.
I
'Cause
I can't hear you guys now though.
oh, that's weird.
I can't hear anything you're saying.
Uh-oh.
Boo.
It must be one of those nights tonight. No worries. It's all good.
Technology is fun.
Daryl, you might have to sign out and sign back in, maybe. There's just so many of you watching. My God, you're killing us.
Your
I
mic
see
is
you.
turned off. Okay. He's going to log out and log back in.
I'm gonna turn my mic off. No, I'm just kidding.
Stop it. Stop it.
I will. I'll do it.
Well, it's funny. Amethyst and I, like every week, when we log in, we have to figure out the tech every once in a while because the audio is just interesting.
All the time. I hate it. I'm not good with all these things.
I just subscribed to Daryl's TikTok, and they have an amazing picture of them in a two-piece bathing suit, and I'm like, ooh.
Want to see?
I did not know they were a military drag performer.
I didn't know that either.
We've had a few on the show already, and you know what? I think it's time for us to dedicate an episode to our drag siblings who were military.
July.
Oh, smart.
You're welcome. Folks, this is why she hired me.
I keep her around because she's the beauty and the brains.
And the beast.
And the beast all at the same time.
Oh,
Daryl, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Fantastic. We were just talking about your military background as well.
Yes. Yes.
Respect that.
I did 6 years in the National Guard. I did 2 tours, one to Afghanistan and one to Iraq.
That's impressive.
You're amazing.
Thank you.
You're amazing.
We also have a lot of people commenting that like they have seen you perform before. Marcy and Carrie saw Daryl perform at the distillery in Reading, and
Yeah.
they were amazing.
That's you can find me there.
Oh.
Grandma Phyllis loves your hair and beard.
Oh, thank you so much.
My husband's like, ooh, Silver Fox Zaddy.
Yeah. This is supposed to be like a lavender, and then it came out this color, and I was like, I'm totally keeping this.
It's fine though. It's good.
It is sexy as
Good.
hell.
Good. How you doing?
Well, Daryl, we are going to be doing a little something for the next couple minutes, but will you join us after the break?
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Fantastic. I can't wait to chat with you more.
I'm excited. Thank you so
We'll
much.
be back with you shortly. So, girl, there is
Yeah.
someone who is going to be joining us for this next little segment.
Well, I hope they're not crazy or related to me.
You hope they're not crazy or related to you? Well, Everybody, I regret to announce that we are bringing to Inside the Drag Closet Anastasia Diamond.
Guess who?
Byron.
Peekaboo. And yes, it was me in the comments section in the very beginning. Yeah, it was me.
Talk about my dominoes. That's my dominoes.
Showing
That's
up.
my pizza.
I'm so proud that we finally got our first sponsor.
Yeah, I don't know if they know it yet, but they are.
We're waiting for the check to cut still.
So far,
It's
they're
great.
only sponsoring my dinner. I don't know what's up.
And for some reason, I had to pay them.
I know it's a little backwards, but I'll give them a minute. It's okay. I'm patient.
So, my husband has been working on elevating our merch game lately.
Oh my.
And he just sent me the new
Oh no.
Oh, like
Dildo?
that?
he commissioned something for us. He said it was for my birthday, but it's kind of a present for all of us. And
Sure.
is everybody ready for the new merch that will be coming out for Inside the Drag Closet? Because the logo is right here.
Work.
I love this.
Wow.
Which one am I?
I think you're the one in the middle who has the purple hair who looks just like Jade.
Yeah, but
Yes.
they're both Caucasian.
Work.
That is so fun.
Wow.
I'm a red-headed white woman.
Right? Let's look at that again.
Work.
I live.
Derek did tell me it went through a couple revisions. That is so fun.
That's sickening.
But we have a whole bunch of new merch. I am going to upload this as fast as I can.
Oh my Lanta.
That image you just saw, it comes in sticker form.
Work.
I really wanted him to send me these before the show because it's going to take me like a few minutes to upload these. I'm going to upload these while the rest of the show continues, and we will be looking at all of this toward the end of the show. But we have sticker packs. We've got sweatshirts, t-shirts, and my husband's new favorite item, coffee mugs.
Oh.
That's right. That's right. What better way to spend your morning than with these three bitches right here?
Exactly. Make sure you get your Inside the Drag Closet coffee mugs. I can't deal with that picture.
That's so cute.
It is so fun.
We're very hippie and thin in the middle. I like it.
Yes. I've never been thinner. Can we see it again one more time?
Absolutely.
Yeah, put it back up there.
Let me. It's so
Work.
good.
Oh my god.
Not him dragging me for wearing that blonde wig all the time. LO.
No, but that's like totally you. I love the eye shape and everything.
Yes.
I love that.
Wow. You know what they're just missing for you, Amy? They just need a big old statement necklace.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not wearing near enough jewelry. I'm a bit offended. Actually. I'm a bit offended. Not only am I a redheaded, what in the caucasity did you do to me?
They were like, this seems like a bit excessive. Are we sure they wear this much jewelry?
Yes. Yes.
Derek, I have
so
to know
silly.
who was the artist who did that because it is so fun. Like I'm trying to place what cartoon it's from. Because there's so many wonderful artists on Fiverr that you can basically commission them to do like, I want to look like we're from The Simpsons, or I want us to look like we're from Bob's Burgers.
Or Bewitched, or the Jetsons.
Exactly. Many months ago, I commissioned an artist on Fiverr, a rare miss. I commissioned pictures of all of us to look like superheroes. And they were just a no from me. Like, I was like, well, we all had the same body proportions.
Oh, good.
And
good.
I was just kind of like, and it was weird because I sent her like full photos of us. And she was like, I looked at them and I was like, Thank you. Thank you for your work. This is
I'm
none of
not
us
paying
look
for
right.
this.
It was like a Rorschach test. What do you see?
Oh.
Clearly not what I see. It's
It
okay.
really was.
Whatever
Man.
your vision was, missed.
The artist's name is, I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna make a little banner for him. They were on Fiverr. The name is coming up right now.
What's he popping? Oh, well, no.
Yep.
What's the topic?
You can find them on Fiverr. So if you like our work or the work they did for us, make sure you check them out. Fiverr is a great resource, usually.
Usually.
I love the picture of us though. Like I can't even deal. The new merch is available on my website. So head on over to www.jadedevere.com/merch. You will still be able to find all of our old merch up there as well. So if you still want to get those masks and gaiters, because we're
still doing that.
Because we're still doing that.
Still doing that.
Yeah.
Still doing that, here and there.
Get the beach towels. The beach towels are nice. I'm not gonna lie.
I want a beach towel so bad.
What?
I want a beach towel so bad.
So bad. So bad.
Real bad.
I want a hot dog real bad. Oh.
Alicia Stare would like to know if we could get a copy of Amy's boobs too.
Oh, honey, that costs.
Yes. You should. What you should do is you should like paint it in like pink or whatever. So paint your boobs and then like switch it on a piece of paper and then kiss it and then sign it and then frame those.
$75 a piece. Yeah.
$75 a piece because I gotta buy some new boobs after I ruin these ones.
After I ruin these with a Sharpie on my silicone, yeah.
We'll use my breastplate that I haven't worn yet.
That part, hey.
You should wear it. I want to see you in some tickle bitties.
I'm working on it. The first time I put it on, literally I put it on and I was like, oh, that's what I wanted. This is sexy. I feel great. Because it was one of the high neckline ones. I think if I drop it down to here, I'll be fine. But I also have to paint it because I'm pretty pale, but I'm not as pale as those tits.
Oh, really?
No.
Yeah. They made me look tan.
They gave you
okay.
I know.
They gave you porcelain milk.
Jane is a black woman. Jane is a black woman.
She called you a cross-dresser. Did you hear her? Oh my god.
I mean, there's not a lot.
I would never. Trousers.
On a Sunday.
On a Sunday in this economy.
Well, I did just want to check in just to see what was going on and to wish you a very happy birthday, as well as to show everyone that I'm still alive from the Saturday that I went out in drag with no clothing on to stand outside for 2 hours to volunteer and hand sleds back and forth between people. I'm still alive.
Girl, we are proud of you for doing that. Do you have a second to explain what happened? Or do you need to get going?
I mean, my man is calling me. He's, begging for my mouth again. But I have some time. Shh, babe, be quiet, babe.
It's somebody's daddy, isn't it?
It's daddy, it is daddy. So last Monday, Chambersburg Borough Council decided to make the decision to repeal the LGBTQ protections that had just been voted in last year for queer folks in Chambersburg Borough. So that repeal took away the protections for folks who are not only just queer, but as well as that for veterans, as well as for individuals who are folks of color. It was a huge step back. And after 2 hours of Public comments were over 100 individuals made comments speaking in favor of keeping the non-discrimination ordinance in place, and only 6 individuals speaking in favor of repealing the non-discrimination ordinance, as well as after an entire hour of the borough councils making comments, and several council members saying this is going to be a stain on Chambersburg. People are going to remember Chambersburg for being the only municipality in Pennsylvania to ever repeal an NDO and to repeal LGBTQ protections. Understand that. They still decided to repeal LGBTQ protections by stripping the NDO. So after that, of course, as it was warned, we hit the map. George Takei tweeted about us. Folks were writing about us in California. There's an entire voting thing on the president of the borough council saying that he is the biggest loser. He is one of the worst individuals. And across the board, just a huge outpouring of anger for the borough council, because prior to this, there were no issues whatsoever with the NDO, and it was solely because Republicans got into power because people didn't get out and vote, number one, and because Donald Trump, when you make it about race and you make it about white supremacy, they're going to come out. Folks are going to come out. So thankfully this Saturday, we, throughout all of last week, we have been having, outpouring of support from our community members outside of the borough council members who voted to repeal the NDO. And Saturday was the culmination. On Saturday here in Chambersburg, the entire week last week was the Ice Fest, where we just go out and look at sculptures of ice. It's beautiful. It's lovely. There's a huge, humongous ice throne that you can sit in here in Chambersburg. But on Saturday, the Pride Committee for Franklin County, we volunteered for the ice slide. So we were there from 2 to 4, and I was outside from probably 2 to 3:20ish, and then I was like, I'm not wearing any gloves. I can't feel my fingers. I need to go inside to go warm up. So I went inside. I grabbed a hot chocolate, and I was like, this hot chocolate is cold. I can't even feel the heat. And then I drank a little bit of it. I was like, oh, I got frostbite. So, because my fingers were so cold that I couldn't feel the heat, as well as I couldn't feel the heat of those hand packets or whatever, the heat packets. I was like, they gave me these dud hand packets. I don't understand why I can't get no good shit in this chicken shit. And I was like, oh, I got frostnip.
Maybe.
But I am 70% back to feeling in my full fingers. So we're here. We're still alive. And there was an outpouring of support once again from the community on Saturday, from organizations, businesses, and community leaders throughout here in Chambersburg, as well as throughout the world. So if anything, I think that this repeal may lead us to getting the Equality Act and may lead us to getting the Fairness Act. Across the board, we can have state protections, we can have federal protections because of one council member in Chambersburg. So all this to say, please get out to vote. Please write into your borough council members. Every single election matters. Every single election matters. Period, point blank. So make sure you wear gloves as well, because it is cold outside. And also make sure to wear a glove while you're having sex too, because you don't want to get an STI or HIV. Bam!
On both your hands. On both hands. Yes.
Well, girl, thank you for popping in this evening. I look forward to kikiing with you next week. We have some fantastic folks in for next week. Do you want to see who we're going to be chatting with?
Yeah.
Sure.
So next week, I'm very excited. We have got Tiffany Hunter Monique coming in
Yes.
to joining us, as
Yeah.
well as a local gal to all of us, Nevaeh LaVixen, will be joining us.
That's
Sickening. Sickening.
Love her.
But girl, thank you for everything you have been doing. You have been working your butt off,
Yes, you
and
have.
we all appreciate the work that you do.
Thank you. I've only cried once in supervision since my entire new job. And today I was listening to 30 by Adele and was just crying a little bit on my
Just
way
crying.
home. And then I listened to Chasing Pavements and I was like, oh, let me just stop listening to Adele.
Girl,
But yes,
you got to get it out sometimes, honey. It's okay.
truly. And that
You gotta
hour
get
ride
it
back
out.
and forth between here and Chambersburg,
Yeah.
that's when it's the best.
Yeah.
Make me feel like I'm in a music video. I'm like, chasing pavements. Like,
Right. And those emotions are part of you, and you need to love every single part of you, even the sad parts and all those things. So, yeah.
hallelujah.
That's who we are. That's who we are.
Well, girl, you probably should get back to your man snack that you got there.
He
Oh, yeah.
is like pulling on my leg. I can't. I'm like, he is nasty.
Mm.
Stop. Oh my
He's
god.
like a dog with a
Mama.
bone.
Oh, truly. But
You
I'm
gotta
the
tell him
only
to get
one
back
who
in
likes
the
to play
cage.
with bones up in here.
Just the meaty one.
She an activist and a hoe.
That's my girl. That's my
Yes, I
girl.
learned best from my mother.
Now look, I'm pretty sure you just called me a hoe. So
She's a non-profit organization.
that.
A 501c3. We do not pay taxes up in this mug.
Hello. Hello. No taxes on this good pussy. You know?
Well, ladies, thank you all so much. Jade, you look really stunning tonight, as
Thank
usual.
you.
But tonight, I'm loving this white on white on white.
Yeah.
It's giving me like Snow Queen realness, Elsa realness. I love the crown. It's sickening. Mama, you look so good, Mama Amethyst. This hair, and you did something different with your eyebrows tonight. I feel your makeup is looking a little different tonight, but it's giving me very much so like rich white woman ready to
Very
collect the
much
checks.
Very much so. Checks all day, baby. Checks all day.
All I do is
Very much
I
so.
put my pen to the paper and I go. So,
That's it. Tell me where to
Thank
sign, baby.
but you all, great job tonight. The guests that you all have on tonight are phenomenal. I was also a little hungry for the milk, the king that y'all got on.
Ooh,
Uh-huh.
Daryl.
I'm like,
Yeah.
who this is? Who this one is? But yes, have a good night, y'all. It's great to see y'all, and I'll see y'all next week.
We love you,
Sounds good,
baby.
sister. Love you. Mwah. I adore her so much.
That's my girl.
Well, Amy, do you want to take over for a little bit and give the kids some diamond dish?
Sure, let's dish.
Fantastic.
dish.
You have fun, and I'll be back in a few minutes.
Let's see if we can learn something today, maybe you and I. I'll be like Mr. Rogers. I'll kick a shoe off or something. I'm just kidding. What's up, everybody? How we doing? Happy 2022. Happy February. I love you if no one's told you yet that today. So today is going to be a little bit about self-awareness and how others perceive you. So many people in my life have come to me with stories of this, that, and the third. And one of the biggest things is how other people look at them or how other people perceive them. And you have to realize that somebody else's perception of you is not your story. It's not your definition. That doesn't mean that that's who you are. That also doesn't mean that you have to respond in a way that you think they want you to. You know what I mean? So many people are like, oh, you didn't get back to me. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. What other people think of you is not your business. And it's definitely not your problem. So just being self-aware and knowing who you are is one of the most freeing things you can do to yourself. Acknowledging your flaws and all. We were born human. We are not perfect. And you know what? That's okay. That's what makes us great. Because the purpose and the point of life is to figure out who you are. that journey and that path is your true diamond inside. Yes, trademark that, it is a diamond. So, it doesn't matter what people think of you or what people say about you or what the neighbors are saying about you, because only you will ever truly know who you are. So the biggest thing you can do is just accept that and acknowledge that and let that shine, because that kind of attitude and that kind of um, outward energy is addictive. And it's one of the biggest things that I try to do with this platform and with drag itself, is just being a good person and being a good natured person, not worrying about what everybody else is doing. The world would be a much better place if everybody could just mind their business and just enjoy life for what it is and just to love. So if they're talking about you, baby, they're behind you for a reason. Those that talk behind your back are behind you for a reason. So let your candle shine bright. Let your diamond shine bright. Love your flaws, because for me, I call them my facets. And there's a lot of facets in this diamond. And I love me. And I love you. So let's get back to the program, shall we?
That just hit a beautiful nerve with me. There's a lot of facets. Like, I'm going to start using that. It's facets. It's not flaws.
They're not flaws. They're not flaws. You were designed the way you are for a reason. It's yours. It's
I love that.
yours. It is yours. You are shaped the way you are because it is yours. It belongs to you. And I don't have that. And I celebrate that because you're different than me. That's the way it should be. We shouldn't point at people and go, oh, that's different. Yeah, you're damn right it's different. And it's wonderful. And it's mine.
Different is good.
Different is great. Different is great.
Yeah.
I love different.
Mm-hmm. Darling, are you ready to bring our guests back for the rest of the show?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty, kids. We are going to bring back to Inside the Drag Closet the incredible SMOKey DOC and DARYL B PAYNE.
Hey. Glad to be back.
Look at all this.
We are glad to have you back. SMOKey, just a heads up, your microphone is muted. Oh, I was like, is there a reason?
Thank you.
You bet.
All good.
I want to know, what is your biggest drag inspiration? And we'll start with SMOKey on this one.
For me, honestly, my biggest inspiration is just having representation in a lot of media. A lot of Black female artists are heavy representations for me. A lot of Grace Jones, especially. Because for me, specifically, having things like someone with a lot of darker skin like myself, someone who is as tall, and someone who's not really afraid to be too much in a room. Especially with acting. Her acting is amazing. Her style is amazing. So Grace Jones is just one of the biggest representations.
I feel like Grace Jones doesn't get enough credit for just being unapologetically herself.
Really doesn't. I mean, one of her
really embody Grace Jones. Like, I totally see that. So,
thank you.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
How about you, DARYL?
I would. She stole mine. Grace Jones, for real. The androgyny behind that person is just like, it blew me out from a child. That's like, I saw that and I wanted to be that. I wanted to do that. Outside of my drag, I am very androgynous and very non-binary. And eventually I do want to bring that aspect into my drag. I have actually been working on a few different outfits and things like that to make myself a little more androgynous and non-binary and within my drag, because I think that I should.
yes.
But yeah, all of that was just very important to me to see, because I didn't see any of that. And then I decided that I wanted to do that. I wanted to be able to be as free as I wanted to be the person I wanted to be, not care what anyone else thought. And
because you can. Yeah, because you can and you should, and everybody should.
For sure.
That's something to be celebrated.
I love that. One of my drag kids a couple years ago was telling me a story about how when they were first exposed to the drag scene, they were told, oh, you can't be a queen, you're a woman. Nope, you have to be a king. And now that game has changed. And now she's just kind of like, I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to do. I'm going to do both. And My adorable child, Mikel Bono, they did a number once. They came out, I forget the rapper's name. I always screw it up. So I'm just going to say, came out full like hip hop look and then went backstage. 30 seconds later, out came Beyonce and just killed the number. And I was like, yes, that's who you are as a
That's what
performer.
I love.
And I love
Yep.
that.
Yes.
It definitely has changed since I was younger. When I first, like I said, when I first did the drag, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a female in drag.
Right.
But that's before I even knew who I was myself. But that's what I wanted to do. But then they were like, no, you can't do that. You have to do it this way. And I was like, okay, well, at first I did it like that because I was like, I just wanted to be a part of it. And then when I got to New Orleans and they were like, no, who told you that? I was like, what? Well, I mean, I did pick it up from some, people, no offense, but Pennsylvania is not the most open state. So when I got to New Orleans and I seen everything everywhere and they were just doing whatever they wanted to do, I was just like, man, this is the place for me.
Exactly.
That is so good.
Right.
Amy,
Right.
do you have any questions for the kids?
So what's next for each of you? Answer this individually. What do you see in your 5-year future as far as your life, your personal life, and your drag aesthetic?
Daryl, I'll let you go since I stole the last answer.
Okay. I in my personal life, I am starting a business, a woodworking business. It's going to be called She Nailed It LLC. I want to be able to just build anything and everything. I love to do it. I was a carpentry and masonry specialist in the Army, and that's what I fell in love with doing outside of drag. And in drag, I just I plan on freeing myself. Instead of going with just the binary, I'm looking forward to cross those lines.
Do it. Do
I
it.
love that.
Blur them. Erase them all.
Pay you to build me a house. How much you want for it?
Well, let's talk about it.
They-
I'm gonna hit you up in the DM.
How about you, Smokey?
Oh, for me, 5-year plan. So acting wise and drag wise, I really want to try to figure out how to blend both communities and both art styles together necessarily. Instead of just being some kind of reality TV representation, I want to be able to have like drag queen representation in acting and theater and in media. But really settling down and trying to write down my art. As an artist, I think it's important, especially if you're acting, to be able to write the scripts and the TV shows that you want to see and see people represented in. And just become better at that. Because I have so many creative thoughts, it's just really hard to like pinpoint all of those. But also just being, like Daryl said, just being free, honestly, through whatever media it is I'm doing, whether it's just me out of this or me in this, just finding myself a lot more.
I love that.
That's what it's about. That is exactly what it's about. Being self-aware.
Sounds like it's going to be a long but fun journey for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's the spice of life, is the journey, discovering yourself and who you are, falling down, making mistakes. You're supposed to do that. And just, it's okay when it happens. You know what I mean? That's life. That's what we're here to do, is to learn and be better people, better versions of ourselves.
We did get a question in the comments section from Leah Pardini. Girls can be queens.
Duh.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I think, and
Yes,
to
they
tack
can.
on to what Smokey was saying just a minute ago, a lot of people assume that what you see on television with RuPaul's Drag Race is the end-all be-all of drag. Drag Race has done a lot of great things, but as has been huge and controversial lately, representation has not been one of them. I believe it was the British series, Drag Race UK, was the first series to have a woman on in a base series. There have been trans women on all-star seasons of American Drag Race, but this is the first non-trans woman on a season, and it was ground and earth-shattering for some people. They were just like, but she's a woman. What is she doing in this space? And I'm like, she's also a lesbian.
Right.
You know, the new controversy is there's a straight man on RuPaul's Drag Race. And people are heated in many different directions. I bounce back and forth between like, yes, he does have a space in the drag world, but the representation for trans people is not there yet. So he hasn't his space. I don't
Right.
Earn your dues.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's very tough.
It is.
Like we know several straight performers here, and we are super supportive. We love them. It was a big thing a number of years ago when Mr. and Miss Lancaster Pride were both heterosexual at the time.
Yeah. At the time.
That has changed a little bit.
Were they though?
Well, no, now they're both straight. Because it was tricky for the king, but that's because the king is now a trans man and is dating a woman. So technically now that's straight. Right.
Gotcha.
Very tricky. Very tricky.
You're right.
But
you're right.
You know,
you're right.
Variety is the spice of life.
That's right.
Be your true self for real.
What was that?
Just be your true self for real.
Exactly. And that's the important part, you know. I think with this controversy with RuPaul's Drag Race, yes, Matty Morphosis is a straight cisgendered man. He's still queer as hell. Like you
queer
can't
meaning strange. Outside
exactly.
the box. Yeah.
And like I think all drag performers have an innate gender fluidity about them. And I think Matty has that too. So but yes, there needs to be more representation for the trans community on drag. I could go on about this for hours. I'm going to let that go.
It's tricky. There's no gender precursor to drag because first and foremost, it's an art. It's an art not because it's for one gender, another, or the lines in between. You know, it's tricky. It does get very
freedom of expression is the point of it.
Yeah.
Right. Like we're missing the point because we're focusing on the thing that we shouldn't be focusing on.
Exactly.
You know,
I've been very happy that a lot of drag titles, especially in our area, have gone away from a Mr. and Miss and are now using a mixed title. Yes. So whoever wins. Because it's funny, even in the drag world and in the gay world, we're focusing on a man and a woman when there's so much more than that.
It's so much more on the spectrum. And honestly, I don't think a lot of people understand that they have that freedom of expression where they can experiment with that. And I mean, it starts in the schools and what we're learning and teaching.
Starts in the home.
That starts in the home. It really does. I mean, coming from my experience being an African-American man and just a house full of females, a lot of the male duties were responded on me. It was, this is what a male does. And it was hard. And not until last year where I had the freedom to do all of this and just be in my own space with a lot of my peers, how much of that freedom of gender and expression that I do have in that range. So, you know, I guess I lost train of my thought, but I really do believe it starts with teaching and allowing the youth to really experiment and see where they am in this world.
Yeah,
I agree with that because when I was younger, I had the support of my mom. She has always been there for me through everything. And even when I decided that I wasn't going to be this girly girl, she had my back. And a lot of my friends didn't have that. I had friends who came out as queer or gay or anything, and they got kicked out of their home. Or their parents were like, oh, no, you're going to be like this, or we're going to send you away to camp or here or this or that. Like, people don't get to express themselves at a young age. They don't get to express themselves until they're old enough to be out in the real world. And by the time they're old enough to be out in the real world, they're too afraid to be who they are.
Yeah, because usually their parents are afraid of what will people say.
They make it so that society is this way, so you need to be this way to fit in.
No.
When I was growing up, it was very much that, and my mom knew. My mom was very aware. I believe you are born gay, although I was raised by a single female hairdresser, so this happened. But
Here we are.
Here I am now wearing thirsty hair. But when I was growing up, it was very much about like butching myself up, like be a man, be like, I heard all of that stuff. And it came to a culmination when I was in high school. I was getting death threats, and I've probably told this story on the show before, but I feel it's important, so I'm going to say it again. My grandmother went into the school and was like, why is my grandson getting death threats? And the assistant principal looked at my grandmother and said, have you ever maybe thought that your grandson is the problem? Yeah, it's my fault I was getting death threats. Yeah, that's totally it. I was also, I hadn't even considered gay as an option. Like, that was not, it wasn't on the radar. I actually ran into one of my ex-girlfriends from high school recently, and she was just like, oh, what? And she was just like, let's be honest, we both knew. But yeah. But I didn't, because there was such a stigma about it. I was like, ooh, that's not even an option. Granted, I knew I wasn't straight because I was watching all of my friends in high school start like figuring out what sex was, and I'm like, you're all gross.
I don't like that.
I don't want to do that. I don't like this.
That does not sound fun. I don't want any of that. No, thank you.
That hasn't changed. I'm still that person who's like, ew, sex gross. No, thank you. I don't want that. Sorry, Derek. All right.
Love you, Derek.
Amy, do you have any other questions?
Where do you perform in the area other than Reading, or is it just Reading for you, Daryl?
It is just Reading for me at the moment. I do the brunches at the Reading Distillery. I was doing some at La Cabana, and I think they just moved one. We were at Riverside. I think we're moving somewhere else now. But yeah, I'm open to travel. I just haven't gotten booked
I was
yet.
just going to ask that. Are you able to travel? Because I'm always looking out for other people and other entertainers, and I celebrate our kings. It's very important. So
I am willing to travel, and I am willing to show.
Spread the love. Okay, good. I'll see if I can find something.
That would be.
How about you, Smokey? Where are you performing?
Currently, I'm actually getting into the live performances now after a digital age of drag. I'm currently performing in Urbana-Champaign, deep in the south of Illinois. But a lot of my performances are online based or online competition based. So I just don't post them. But
how is the drag scene in Illinois?
Oh, in Southern Illinois, very pageant-like, I'll say. But once you get into the city area and like the downtown and North Allston area, the drag scene is very, like I said, aesthetic-wise for myself, it's very heavy aesthetic. Costumes are very edgy with a little bit of punk to them and stuff like that.
Right.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Awesome.
Oh,
I love that.
It's amazing, God.
I love that. I love that.
I want to know, what was everyone's first number they ever performed? I like that everybody's face just went, oh.
I did Usher Nice and Slow.
Yeah, you did.
I did. And I still do it to this day.
I was going to say, you better do it again, and I better see this.
It's a lady killer. They love it.
Mm-hmm.
Love some Usher. First number I performed. Ooh, it is hard. Oh, what's that song? Midnight Sky by Miley Cyrus.
Oh,
fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope I said the title right, but Midnight Sky by Miley Cyrus, and I loved it because it was just upbeat enough and punky enough for me.
That whole album, I love that whole album, Plastic Hearts. It's really good.
Yeah, that was a good
I just started listening to it, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Oh, honey. Oh, get into it. So many great 80s references like Billy Idol and Blondie and Joan Jett. Who else is in it? I forget.
Stevie Nicks.
Stevie
Stevie
Nicks.
Nicks is in it.
Like, if you were a fan of 80s rock, and for those of everybody watching, I'm from the 80s, so is that one over there. Yeah, it's a great tribute to 80s rock and 80s rock legends. So Dua Lipa's on it as well. So
Cool.
I want to perform that version of Heart of Glass. I just think it's so good.
Oh, it is
Catch
so
me
good.
this Friday at Divas Down Under when I do that version.
Oh, you are, you fucking bitch.
I'm doing Joan Jett. I'm doing some of the songs off that album. That's funny that came up.
Sounds awesome.
Well, how about you, Amethyst? What was your first song?
Oh, my first song was RuPaul's Snapshot off her second album in 1990 something or another. Yeah, so Snapshot by RuPaul was my very first number.
How'd that one go?
The chorus like Snapshot, take my picture, Snapshot. Nobody knows her older music anymore, especially like all the Drag Race generation has no idea of well, they know Supermodel, but if you haven't listened to either that album, I forget what the title of her second album
Foxy
was.
Lady.
Foxy Lady, that's it. Yeah, get you both those albums because they're good.
Okay.
Foxy Lady has so much good stuff on it.
Yeah.
I found my old CD case just recently, and I was like, "What is in here?" And
What's a
I
Yeah, I was
found
gonna say, what's a
Foxy
CD?
Lady.
There it is. Oh, that makes me want to listen to it now. I just got like flashback memories of when I used to listen to it.
Right.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Right there.
Oh, that hair is
My favorite song on here was a cover of "If You Were a Woman and I Was a Man."
Yeah. Was that Depeche Mode? Or no, who was that? Pet Shop Boys?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
There's also a wonderful song on here called "Are You Nasty," which just,
I mean, those albums
Sounds
there
like
are
my
better
alley.
than their albums now.
yeah.
I'm sorry, Ro. Love you, but I'll pass.
So it's funny. We've answered the what was your first drag number? And I always said it was a female cover of "Somebody to Love" by Queen. But thinking back on it, that's not my first drag number.
Ooh.
When I was in high school for the school talent show, I did "Today for You" from Rent
Oh, wow.
as Angel. So technically, that was my first drag number.
I mean, if you're going to be like that, when I was 16, I performed at my high school's, get ready, my high school marching band Halloween party.
Oh, you were that kid. Okay.
I did Supermodel, but I wasn't named Amethyst yet. I was just, a 16-year-old little boy in drag. So, technically Supermodel was my first performance.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, Jonas Brothers Hot and Cold was for me. I was like 11.
Yes.
I love that. My husband has a fun question for everybody. I like this question. What is the one trait that your drag persona has that you wish you had out of drag? That's a tough one.
Sex appeal.
Really?
I'm super shy outside of drag, but when I'm Daryl, man, watch
Can't
out.
nobody tell you nothing.
Man, watch out.
I love that. I love that.
Ooh, child. Let's see. I guess it would just have to be beauty. Honestly, when I'm not in drag, because I don't feel as beautiful, but it takes all this just to get my self-esteem up a little bit more. But that's just one thing.
That's understandable. It's a big transformation for everyone who does this art, and I think the biggest thing in my answer for this question, I've learned to accept that whether I look like this or I am myself as Dustin, we are the exact same person. And those traits are mine, regardless of whether I'm wearing a wig or not. You know what I mean? So I love this question because it's a learning experience for everybody. And I think drag really shows us as individuals all those little traits inside that we didn't think we have, but we actually do. But it takes this to bring it out. But you don't need a wig, honey. Just be you. Just be
True.
you.
I feel that though. Like there is a bit of a liberating energy when you're in drag. Because you're not as restricted to be like, oh, I have to be presentable, I have to be me, because this is the real me. It's the theory of wearing a mask. Like you can say anything when you're wearing a mask, and that's what all of this is. But when you strip it all away, the voice is the same. Well, unless you're me and you heighten your voice when you're in drag. I don't know why I do it. I still don't. Anyway, that's the actor in me. I can't. Ma'am, how you doing? But yeah, I was explaining this to a coworker of mine just this week. She asked me a kind of odd question. And the question was, when you're in drag, do you consider yourself straight or gay? And I'm like, when I'm in drag, I consider myself asexual because I am not interested in a damn thing in drag.
No.
I would still be pansexual.
Yeah.
Okay.
For me, I think I would still be. My terms is bisexual, but I just identify as queer a lot more. The younger generation just feels like it's a labels are a lot constricting. Oh my God, I said younger generation. Hold on, I'm so sorry, y'all.
And how old are you again? 22?
22.
I remember when I said that for the first time. I was like, what? Wait, the younger, but I'm young. What do you mean?
But no, I identify as queer, as in just not completely, heterosexual.
Right. It's just
As long as
easier
you're
that way.
Yeah, all these things are just taught from generations, and it's going to be really hard for everybody to forget those labels and boundaries that we have been taught generation after generation for a very long time. So,
well, and I think it's also there's an evolution to it, because like I'm happily married. I'm not looking for anything outside of that, but there have been many times where I'll see a trans man and I'll just be like, oh my, daddy. And I'm like, does that make me pan? Does that make me not, I'm still gay? And I'm like, you know what? Too caught up in the label of it. He's a handsome man. I'm turned on by him. That's fine.
And that's it.
Mm-hmm. That's what it is, he's not having sex with me, so that just makes it disappointing. So that's what it is.
I'm just upset. I'm turned on and upset.
Now I'm mad. Now I'm pissed.
Right.
Exactly. Well, and we had a guest on, I forget who said it, but one of our guests one time, it was Dante Virgil. We were just like, Dante Virgil had the best quote ever. And they were just kind of like, I'm turned on by me in drag. Look at me. I find myself hot. And I'm like, that's incredible.
Right.
Like, and the reason I say that is because literally I was just watching Daryl just now kind of like feeling themselves like, yeah.
Absolutely. That's how we were when we were drag kings.
Oh, we were.
I was like,
we did an episode where we were all kings, and it was
have to watch
hilarious. That. I painted on chest hair that night.
Yes.
I was like the sub version of Landon Sider's werewolf. Like,
I want to see that.
I was the puppy version of that. Hang out after the show and I'll show you the pictures because they're priceless. And this one was like very Landon Sider, very like sexy with a mohawk. That was a fun night.
It was nice. It was cute. We need to do that again.
I get most of my persona. I have 2 older brothers, and so I just watched them for a long time, and I just started doing what they do when I'm in drag.
That'll do it.
Are you both close with your family members?
I am very close with my family.
Good.
Awesome.
Good. So drag's never been an issue, like your lifestyles, anything like that? You've always been supportive?
I have one of my older brothers is a bit weird, but the rest of my family's been super supportive.
Good. Good.
My sake, it's a weird situation, but my family knows I do the makeup and the drag and everything, but we don't really talk about it. I don't bring it up just out of respect because I don't think I'm ready for the conversation. But also, just for them, I can't burden them right now with this because issues and whatnot of the world.
That's fair. When the time is right, you will know the time is right.
No, it's definitely coming up too. I mean, I've been preparing for about 1.5 years, really, with all like how I'm gonna tell them. But some people, when I told some people before, they were just like, "That's kind of selfish," or "Why are you not just gonna be out with it?" And I was like, "You guys have a lot more liberal freedom in your household than I do with mine. Sometimes those conversations need to take a little bit of a second because you're putting so much onto a person, they can't really process it." So out of respect for myself and also out of respect for my family, I told them I'm going to respectfully wait to have the conversation. So
do it in your own time.
Yeah, that's the smart thing to do.
It reminds me of that meme that's going around right now, and it's like a broken closet door with a rainbow inside, and it says, "Come out when it's right for you. You can come out, but don't rush it. Do it when it's right, when everything works out. And sometimes it won't be right, but you need to do it when you are ready to do it." And,
Agreed.
you know, being gay is one thing, but doing drag is a whole other coming out sometimes.
It can be. Really
like mine was very fluid. Once again, raised by a single female hairdresser.
Yeah.
She knew it was coming.
My mom comes to like all my shows if she can make it.
That's awesome.
And she's done that with everything. She's done that from school shows to when I played basketball to everything. So she's always just been very supportive, and she's kind of my best friend. So it works out.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome. So I did want to point out my husband says, Smokey, I have just Instagram stalked you and you are incredibly handsome out of drag.
Thank you.
Also, some of your looks, especially in the neon braids, you have a Monet Exchange look that I live for. I had to do a double take.
Yeah.
Someone called me Monet Exchange one time on TikTok, and I was like, huh?
Really?
Tell them thank you.
Mm-hmm. It's like you'll post. I post like a lot of POV shots and stuff like that on TikTok, and one of them underneath was like, "You look like Bob and Monet at the exact same time," and I was like, "Oh, thank you."
That is high praise because they are amazing.
Yeah,
fantastic. I love the Civil Right Only podcast.
Oh my God, them just. I love watching Bob and Peppermint together because they just instigate each other and
the fracking.
Yeah. They just get each other going, and it is the best thing in the world to watch.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So we've got about 6 minutes left. I tried this a couple weeks ago, and I really liked how it turned out. Smokey, what is one question you have for Daryl?
You single?
I am big single.
Oh, hey.
I am big single.
Well then, Daryl, what's one question you have for Smokey?
Who is your musical inspiration?
You mean musical like show tunes or musical like, you know?
Like, as in music.
Got you. Nicki Minaj. I'm a Barb through and through, baby.
Yeah.
I'm a Barb. I love it.
See, now I want to know what your musical theater muse is.
Okay, let's see.
Because I'm that bitch.
I'm gonna have to say Kristen Chenoweth.
Okay.
I do love Kristen Chenoweth a lot.
She is amazing.
She's fucking fantastic.
She is just a pint-sized powerhouse.
She is.
I loved her. I love her so much. I saw her in Glee and she did a cover of Home for my favorite musical, The Wiz, and I was like, okay, that ain't right. But I was also like, God damn, that bitch can sing.
She really can. She's quite
There is
unique.
this great version of her performing Glitter and Be Gay from Candide, and it is the best thing on the planet because she's just unhinged the entire time, hitting high operatic notes, and it is incredible.
It's very impressive.
Derek was also saying Daryl is giving him some Daniel Kaluuya vibes. Daniel Kaluuya is such a hot man.
Who is that?
You don't know. We're going to talk after the show, girl.
Oh, boy.
Well, kids, we are reaching the end of our time. I'm going to start doing that from now on. I like having the guests ask questions to each other because that's fun.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And let's not forget about Derek's helpful drag tip of the week.
Thank you, because I'm a dumbass and I almost forgot.
That's okay.
So every week, my husband, who is a show director, has a helpful drag tip. And this is actually a good one for all performers out there, not just in drag. Daryl is trying to get his internet back up and running. His internet went down a little earlier. But Derek's helpful drag tip for this week is, if you are going to the trouble of airing drag drama publicly, have the courage to put a name on it.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. If you want to, drag queens talk, there's a lot of drama in this thing that we do here. If you want to call somebody out, call them out. You know what I mean? Don't be vague about it. Don't be like, oh, I hear what you're saying about this, that, and the third. Call them out. If you care that much about it, be an adult about it, number one, and go to that person privately and see if there's an issue. But yeah, don't be vague about it. If you have an issue with somebody, call it out.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I mean, on the online community so much, there was someone who was rapping along to a song and indiscreetly said the N-word, and there were so many people behind them just like defending them and trying to make everything okay. And it was like, if you give this person a platform to be like, oh, this is okay, they're going to end up making that same mistake again and not learning from their lesson. And then the Black people that are talking on this issue, they're just like, we don't appreciate this. She hasn't even apologized for it. So I'm all for that. Call them out if the action is necessary. Let them own up to their actions.
Exactly. You just have to embrace and educate people.
And with social media, so many people are eager to jump in and just say, this person was talking about me and I don't like it. And everyone's just going to go, no, you're amazing. You're fantastic. And every once in a while, someone will be like, here's what's actually up. I want to talk to you privately. Like, have that private conversation. Don't just try to, like, vague post about something that's bugging you. You know, be upfront about it. Talk to the person. Sort things out. You know, that's so much easier than, like, if you're vague posting, you're doing it for attention.
Exactly.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. It's boy who cried wolf. Like,
it is. And that's another part of being self-aware also. Like, I could give an entire mischief of rats' asses what anybody says about me. Like, I don't have the time. Like, I'm happy and I'm loving my life right now, and no one is going to get in the way of that. So, you know, people talk behind your back for a reason. They're behind you for a reason. Just keep being you, baby. That's all I say.
Exactly. Well, kids, we are reaching the end of our time. Daryl did message me. His internet has gone out. He was trying to get it fixed, but he did want me to thank everybody for watching this evening. He specifically thanked us for having him this evening. We're going to have him back again because he was amazing. But we are reaching the end of the evening, so I want to give everybody a chance to say goodnight, starting with Amethyst.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in yet again for our, what is this? Maybe our 100th episode, or have we gotten to our 100th yet, Jade? I don't know.
This is
We're
episode
getting there.
89.
89. Okay, we're almost there. Thank you, everybody, for the continued love and support of this adorable little thing that we do here, and we do it for you, and we love you, and we thank you. Jade, my sister, thank you for including me in this madness. My life has not been the same since, and we will talk after the show. I'm just kidding. I love you, my sister. I love you so much. Smokey, thank you for your art and your individuality, and for having the maturity to know who you are. I celebrate you, I applaud you, and I wish you nothing but the best of luck in the future.
Thank you so
Daryl
much.
as well, you're very welcome, baby. No problem. Daryl, we love you. Thank you for joining us. I'm sorry your internet went out, but we will have you back. Don't worry. There's more Daryl in the future. We love you, everybody. Thank you for watching. Take care.
Smokey, do you have any last words for everybody watching?
Oh, just so thankful for you guys being able to be here and watching this podcast and everything with us. Follow me on social media if you love seeing me and just want to see what else I do. And I'm wishing the best for all of you.
Love that.
Aww. Smokey, I want to thank you for joining us this evening. When I first saw you on TikTok, I was like, ooh, they're fun. And then I was like, subscribe, like, I got to get them on the show. The weird thing about TikTok is you have to wait until the person likes you back before you can message them. So literally sometimes I'm like, like me, acknowledge me.
Girl, I hope I didn't keep you waiting long.
But I was so happy to have you here. You are so mature, and the fact that you went for Grace Jones just makes me happy because I live for some Grace Jones, and your style gives me such a great Grace Jones vibe.
Thank you.
Daryl, thank you for being with us this evening. We absolutely loved having you here. I know so many people watching the show had to go change their panties after seeing you this evening. I wasn't wearing any, so
I was going to say, that's why I didn't put any on.
Exactly. We knew the floor was just going to be a mess.
That's right. Slippery when wet.
Amethyst, my soaking wet sister, I love you so much. I love doing this show with you. I love our new merch.
Yes.
Hilarious new merch. Let's take a look at that one more time.
I could not. Oh, Lord.
It's so good. We have got stickers. We have t-shirts and hoodies. And we have the new Inside the Drag Closet mugs.
Oh, my God. I do want a coffee mug and a beach towel.
Right. I need the coffee mug, and I need it tomorrow. Like... Amethyst, I'm super excited that we get to work together again at Divas Down Under tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And next month, we will be at Divas Down Under with a Rehoboth Beach takeover. So Miss Peaches, Poison, Diamond Doll, Tamia, Giselle Michaels, Amethyst Diamond, Jade DeVere, and Anastasia Diamond will be living it up that evening. We also had an interesting circumstance happen with that poster, and we realized I'm the only white bitch in the show. That's awesome. That's great. Like, more shows need to be diverse like that. Like, that diversity is what makes drag happen.
Indeed.
And it's wonderful to see it happen. But if you want to get your tickets for Divas Down Under, just so you know, next month VIP is already sold out. But general admission seats are still available, so get your tickets ASAP. Our February show was sold out 2 weeks ago, so don't wait around and say we're going to get our tickets at the door, because you're not. Make sure you get your tickets ahead of time. We love all of you. We love everybody who's been watching this evening. We are appreciative for all of our fans and followers and family and our Patreons, which I almost forgot to talk about tonight because I'm so scatterbrained. I've been so excited about tonight. So make sure you head on over to our Patreon. I want to thank our Patreons already: Vicky, Robin, Daniel, Chanel, Nicholas, Jeremy, Brian, and Josh. They are helping Inside the Drag Closet keep going and letting us keep bringing you amazing content. So if you like what we do, head on over to Patreon and subscribe. There will be exclusive content on there. There's already a few videos. I have some more plans of things to film. But we have reached the end of our evening, and there is only one thing left to say, and that is, good night, kids!
Good night, baby. Love you.